Hey, Justin,
Ms. Benkowski,
Yes.
did an Inspector Michael Shockley reach out to you?
Originally, not recently.
How long ago?
Well, the last time I spoke with him was just before I contacted you.
Not, I'm with the law department. I'm not.
Oh, it was in, I think it was July.
Did you, what did he tell you?
Well, I had a date that I was supposed to have my home painted by, and the person that I could afford to hire had delays, and so I had applied to get an extension on that.
Okay. So you haven't spoken to him recently. Okay,
No.
thank you.
Waiting on one more board member and one more appellant.
what's happening, Carmela? Carmela, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Howard.
Okay. Well, Pat, what's going on?
We're waiting for one more board member and for one more appellant.
Okay.
Okay, I sent the message on, Carmelo. We're just,
Okay, I got the last appellant
Okay.
on, just waiting for one more board member. If he can work out his technical difficulties.
oh, well, we can start, Carmela, and he can catch up with us as we go. We get through the preamble and whatnot.
Mr. Chairman, it's Patty. If he doesn't join, you'll have to give the 3-member advisory statement.
Okay. All right, you joined.
Thank you.
Okay, so we ask that everyone mute until we get started here, till you're called upon. We'll go ahead, and the Cleveland Board of Building Standards and Appeals is now in session. In compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's open meeting law in section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1976, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the City Planning Department conducts its meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record prior to the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting has the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile version and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also be utilizing the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located on the bottom of the WebEx screen. Caller users can unmute by using *6. All meeting activity is being recorded by way of the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed by way of YouTube. All requests to speak on a particular matter by way of our website and email have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comment on a particular matter. So
Let me
Carmela?
confirm for Patty that we
Yes.
are live streaming.
Okay.
Mr.
that-
Maskey,
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Bradley. You need to unmute yourself.
You have to unmute.
His internet just went down.
Is
Okay.
it- Can you hear us? He is definitely present. We can see him.
You're on mute, Mr. Bradley.
Howard. Howard.
You can see he's got his thing is going around, so. All right,
Mr. Dink,
Here.
Mr. Gallagher,
here.
we have a quorum.
Okay. All right, we do have a
Thank-
quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Should Mr. Bradley not be able to get his technical difficulties under control? Patricia McGinty Aston, City of Cleveland Law Department. Should Mr. Bradley not be able to get his technical difficulties under control, you'll have to give the 3-member advisory. Thank you, Maurice, for verifying live stream. And as we always do, the city would object to the use of the chat function based upon the rules posted for the Supreme Court. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I don't know if Mr. Bradley has got himself linked back up. If you do, Howard, when you do, unmute yourself and then you can respond to us if you can hear me. See, he's got his grandson working with him, so they should be able to get that figured out. Okay. We'll go
Call.
forward. We'll go forward.
If you could give the 3-member advisory just in
Well-
case.
Okay, we'll do that. That if indeed Mr. Bradley cannot get back on, it will take a unanimous decision by the 3 members of the board, okay, in order to okay the docket. So if you don't agree with that, then you can ask to be rescheduled. So does that do it, Miss Austin?
Yes, they'd have to ask before they're actually heard. Hopefully Mr. Bradley is almost ready, but they'd have to ask to have their docket continued before it's
Okay.
heard.
All right, so hopefully everybody has that, they hear that. We'll go ahead and call the first docket, assuming you're on and you're okay with that. Usually we are unanimous, so we'll call docket A5121 10803 Lake Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance. Issued on July 22nd, 2021. Appeal statement received July 29th, 2021, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover. Building and Housing. Patricia Aston Law. With the appellants for docket A 5121, please state your name for the record.
You'll have to unmute to do so.
Christopher Mulvaney, counsel, and Ihor Krislati, managing member for Ihor Krislati Enterprises.
Hello, how do you do?
Okay, very good. All right, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Very good. Okay, go ahead and proceed. Let us know what your plans are.
My client has, I believe, repaired all of the violations outside of the one unit in question, number 301. There's currently an eviction which has been filed against those tenants. They have made various threats and been aggressive and confrontational. So my client doesn't feel safe entering the unit to make these repairs. An eviction has been filed. We're set for a hearing on October 8th
Okay.
to regain possession of that property. And we're requesting a 60-day continuance or extension of time in order to regain possession of the unit and make all of the necessary repairs.
Okay, Carmelo, do you hear me?
Okay, we have the other board member back. Very good. Okay, Mr. Vanover.
So the request is for 60 days.
Yes.
That is correct.
We don't object to 60 days with no further extensions.
Okay. All right, so we have an agreement here. If, make a motion, that we give to, let's see, that would be the end of November, November 30th, 2021, to abate, the rest of the violations with no further time, added to it.
So move.
So move.
Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, so you'll be notified within the 2 weeks. We're all set. Okay, we'll go ahead on to the next docket.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very welcome. Okay, docket A4721, 3553 Kimmel Road.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is a no permit and exterior maintenance issued on June 30th, 2021. Appeal statement received July 21st, 2021, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton Law. With the appellant for docket A4721, please state your name for the record.
For some reason, my volume isn't working.
We can
We
hear
can
you.
hear you.
You need to state your name for the record, please.
We can hear you.
I don't think he could hear us.
Oh, maybe that's the problem. I don't know what we do about that.
We're trying to dial in. You have another phone that you can call in on?
The problem is I don't think he can hear what you're saying.
Right. You'd have to,
One second.
if you can text them or something, Carmone.
We need a whiteboard. Can't we just say we see him and we know it's him and keep it
No.
going?
No.
They can't tell
Process
him
re-
anything though.
Mr. Chairman, due process
Saying
requires
stupid
he
stuff.
participate. If you can't, he'll have to be rescheduled.
He said,
On to the next case and see if he can figure it out.
yeah. Let's see if he sees that. I'm putting up here on, call in. I'm telling him to call in. He sees, shook his head, yes. So, okay. Yeah. Okay, well, while he's doing that, we will call the next case then. So he gets back with us. Okay, what do we got? Docket A 4821, 2726 Oak Park Avenue. Maybe Carmelo's working on it.
Okay, he's gonna log out and try to come back in. He didn't select yes to all the prompts. So did we move on to the next docket?
Yes, we'll move on till, and by that time, he'll be back. So,
Okay.
yeah, we're docket 4821, 2726 Oak Park Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is a condemnation of the garage issued on the June 1st, 2021. Appeal statement received July 1st, 2021, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton Law. With the appellant for docket A 4121, please state your name for the record.
Laura West.
Okay, Laura, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead
Yeah.
and tell us where you're at with that.
Not very far. I did contact, I reached out to a couple people to see if they would come and look at my garage and give me some estimates. And one of the gentlemen never got back to me. Another gentleman is supposed to be getting back to me soon. But part of my issue is that, well, there's my lovely
Wow.
house. It's pretty on the front, but the garage is a mess. The good news is that the yard is completely fenced in, so you cannot, no one can go in there and get hurt or anything, just so you know that. I'm thinking about just knocking the whole thing down. So part of the issue is that it started with a little hole. It's probably going to be way too much information for you, but I'll go through it really quickly as I can here. And then I had some health issues, had an emergency surgery, then after that, and then in the meantime, my husband left, so I'm all by myself. And then we got a divorce, and I don't have any clue what to do. I was basically had a little bit of a nervous breakdown when I was in the city building trying to get this taken care of, because I just was like, I wish someone would just tell me. I don't know what to do. I know I even cried when Inspector Turge came out. It wasn't like to have anyone to have pity on me. I just don't know what to do. And I work in healthcare, and I work all the time, very long hours, and it's been crazy, obviously, during the pandemic. He wanted to come out and take more pictures, and I don't leave my gate unlocked because I'm afraid, like when I come home, I don't want anyone to be there since I live alone. So I did reach out. I am trying to get it. I'm thinking about just knocking it down. I would love if I could be steered in like a proper direction, or maybe some advice from someone. I just don't know what to do. And I know lumber's really expensive right now, so to repair it, I did have one guy come out and look at it, and he's like, yeah, I'll just do this beam and then I'll repair. But I just think it's going to be so expensive, and I just don't have the money. I'm by myself now, and I'm trying to make ends meet, and I don't know what to do. So any advice would be greatly appreciated, or whatever you guys can tell me. I just need some time to figure out. And if I do knock it down, I would love to know what I need to do for that. Like, do I have to get a different permit? And then someone told me to reach out to those Amish garage builders that are in those books that come in the mail, and they'll build a garage for like $3,000. I don't even know if that includes doors. I don't park in it because I'm afraid to leave my gate unlocked. So I park on the other side of the gate because I don't want to come home at night and have someone have tried to break in my house, or because I live alone. So I just leave my gate locked. I don't use the garage at all. I haven't in years. So if you guys have any advice for me, I would really appreciate it.
Okay, we're going to get over here to Mr. Vanover and see what kind of advice he can have for you, or what he can tell you, or how he might be able to help you. And we'll see what we can do. It's obviously you are stressed. All of our healthcare workers are overworked right now. They are stressed. I get that. And, my heart goes out to you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take it over to Mr. Vanover and see what he comes up with.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I've noticed, is this Kevin Kelly, the councilman for this?
No, this is, wait
Yes.
a minute. Yes, it is.
He is my
Okay.
councilman.
Could I suggest that she talk to Kevin Kelly at this time, or around this time? I want to hear from Mr. Vanover, but councilmen can sometimes get into this kind of a situation and give them some help because they know the neighborhood and the people.
Sure.
I'm done.
That's a good idea, Mr. Dank. Okay, Mr. Vanover, let's see what you have.
So Mr. Chairman, to the appellate, do you live in this home?
Do I? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Right. Okay.
Like
I
I
thought
said,
that's what you said. I just wanted to verify.
yeah, I'm still there. I live alone
for the
though.
record.
It's hard because like I said, I'm working all the time. So if I get home like late at night, that's why I leave that gate locked. I don't want anyone to, I'm scared. I don't know what it is. It's probably silly, but, a single woman living alone, coming home when it's dark. I don't use the garage. I never have. So it started as a smaller hole, and next thing I know, it got bad.
Yeah,
And there was,
that's what they do. So, just
Yeah.
give me a moment here. So, Mr. Chairman, we don't object to 180 days to correct the violations. My recommendation is, yes, you can take the garage down. And then you will need a permit for that. It's a demolition permit. It's relatively inexpensive. And it
Okay, I'm
should
gonna
be
write that.
relatively inexpensive to remove this. And then
Okay.
if you decide at a later date to replace it, you can replace it on the same foundation, providing that foundation is still in good shape. You can reach out to the city and get a list of our demolition contractors that we use for municipal demolitions, or you can just search in the phone books. And I also recommend that you speak to Councilman Kelly, because he does know the system, and he may know somebody that can assist you in it, but you will need a permit to do it. If you don't use it, I mean, economically, just taking it down is going to be cheaper than rebuilding a garage, but then you're out of garage. Those are your decisions to make, but we don't object to 180 days to get this done.
Okay, so that gives you, I guess, 6 months to go ahead and, do like Mr. Vanover said, get with Kevin Kelly, and also, look at the contractors that they have available, and don't forget your permit, and whichever route that you want to take, whether it be you think it'd be better just to knock it down or to rebuild it. And he's right, it is going to be a lot cheaper to just knock it down. But anyways, that would give you to let's say March 31st, 2022, in order to abate the violation. Do you have any questions?
I do. Okay, so because I'm trying to write all this down, and I really appreciate you guys' suggestion. Thank you very much. The demolition permit you said is not very expensive. How do I go about? Is there a certain office I have to go to get that? The same one I was at
So
before?
your demolition permits we require that a contractor pull those.
Okay, so whoever I get to
So
demolish
yeah,
it.
they'll know the process. And don't give it, don't obviously don't pay them until they have the permit in hand.
Okay, that was and I appreciate you also telling me about, part of my issue was I don't know who to trust. And you said I can go through the city and they have people that you guys trust. How do I find that list?
Well,
Or
I'm going to, so the city of Cleveland has a municipal demolition program, and we have between 30 and 60 contractors that we use for our municipal demolitions.
Okay,
And they are on our demolition rotation. Now, that being said, that's just a list of names. It's not a recommendation.
right.
I mean, I don't trust anybody. So, that's kind of a buyer beware situation. So they're not like city endorsed contractors, but they're just contractors that work in the city.
Okay,
And again, the councilman or the local community development groups can help put you in touch with people that are more trustworthy.
so I can call the old Brooklyn development. Okay, that was
Yeah,
part of
and
my
the reality is that you negotiate, you don't pay them until they have their permit, other than maybe the cost of the permit itself, and then you don't pay them until the work's done to your your
Yeah, okay.
satisfaction.
I had one of the gentlemen that came out and looked and said he could fix it and all this. This is what I'm talking about. I think because, I'm not saying everybody's like this, but there's a lot of shady people out there, and I'm being a woman alone. I'm not some movie star or anything, but I don't want like a man around that I don't know. And the one gentleman was like, said he would get back and never did. And it's just, the other one is like, oh, I'm busy. The other one forgot. Oh, I have to write you out this written permit, or not permit, estimate. And he never brought it to me. And I'm like, who can I trust? And I'm originally not from Cleveland. I've been living in this house for 10 years. I'm from or I came up here to work at the Cleveland Clinic, but so I don't have family up here. So I don't, that's what I mean. I just like, that's why I think I lost it when I was in there trying to get the paperwork done to get this hearing, because I didn't know what to do. And I'm one of those people that you kind of have to like guide me, just tell me what to do and I'll do it, you know. But I
Well,
appreciate this.
You're on your way. You get the first step done
Okay.
here. You're at the hearing. You got 6 months. You're in good shape. So
Okay.
we're gonna go ahead and make a motion, and you just follow those directions. That
Okay.
Mr. Vanover, if you have any questions, call the city, and move on from there. So
Thank you.
okay, we have a motion as an order to for March 31st to abate the violation.
So moved.
Okay, Mr. Maskey.
Second,
2022?
Yes, 2022. And, okay, Mr. Dink, I think that was, call the roll, please.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink,
yes,
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, very good. You will be notified within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your help.
Okay, do we know, Ms. Davis, if Mr. Ben's back?
oh, there we go, right.
Docket 4721?
Yes, he's back.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll call that docket, open it up again. Docket A 4721, 3553 Kimmel Road.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit and exterior maintenance issued on June 30th, 2021. Appeal statement received July 21st, 2021, requesting for more time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton Law. With the appellant for docket A 4721, please state your name for the record.
Edward Ben.
Very good. Okay. Good to hear your voice. All right.
Right.
Solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. All right, go ahead and give us your plans. Uh-oh.
I'm back. Sorry, had a call.
Okay, no problem. Okay, go ahead and let us know.
Don't touch anything.
What you got.
Right.
Let us know what's going on here.
Well, so far, I know the main issues were the roof, painting, and I guess replacing some of the shingle and repairing the fence. So far, the roof is done. It's just the back. I had to do the house garage. I mean, the garage and the house roof. The house is done, but I haven't finished. It's half of the garage still needs to be done. And I started. It's already been like the paint has been scraped off to prime to get ready for painting. So that part is done, and then the last thing is the fence. It's the height is correct. It's just the height going along the neighbor's house. It has to be cut down 2 feet. So I'm in the process of getting that taken care of as well. I do need some more time.
What about the distance between the house and the fence?
That's been corrected as well.
That is corrected. So the pictures we're seeing now, you've already corrected that, right?
Yes. Where the beam is, right at where my driveway end, that
Yes.
1 4x4.
Yep.
Beyond that part is no longer there.
All right, very good. And he'd be able to paint his house or whatever he needs to do with it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have permits for everything that you've been doing?
Yes.
You do. Okay. The
Yes.
permits are in place. How much time do you think you need to finish?
I would say 3 months tops.
Okay. Let's check with Mr. Vanover, see what he has.
So, Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry, it broke up. How much time?
He said 3 months. At tops.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, 3 months is the end of the year, roughly. So I don't know how much of this you're going to get done when it starts, snowing next week. I would like a shorter time period. We don't object to 60 days. But I think beyond that, there's not going to be any, if it's not done in 60 days, it's not getting done. And we'd like to really, it's not much to do. Everything is in place. I think we would all just like to put this to bed.
So we're talking about 60 days. You're talking about end of November, which is probably about the end of the weather where you're going to be able to get up there and do stuff. So that makes a lot more sense. I think you can get it done in that time. What do you think?
I'm definitely going to try to get it done. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So anything from any of the board members, on board with this? We're talking about November 30th date.
2021.
Moved.
Yeah, 2021. Okay, we got a motion by Mr. Maskey. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Bradley. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Maskey, Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, you'll be notified in 2 weeks. You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Madam Secretary, however you're announcing these things right now, they come through very clearly for me. When you talk all by yourself, they don't. Well, I would just encourage you, however you conduct your microphone during the meeting, during the meat of the meeting, it works perfectly. And so does everybody else's. So I'm just saying, whatever it is, keep doing it that way.
I haven't changed anything.
He
What's
means
that?
during the pre-meeting. I think he's talking.
Right. I haven't done anything different. I haven't changed anything.
Are you? Because I can't. Mr. Chairman, I can't understand before the meeting, so that's the problem. You're not doing anything different, then I don't know.
I'm not doing anything different.
Do we have another docket?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Maskey has to go to work.
Yeah, we're going along so well. Okay. Docket 85021, 6814 Lansing Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued on January 27, 2021. Appellant is requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton, Law. With the appellant for docket A5021, please state their name for the record.
Irene Biankowski.
Okay. Irene, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and tell us what you need for time-wise to complete this.
Well, I received the notice to have the house painted, and I'm totally disabled, mostly bedbound, and I live on my SSI check, so I couldn't afford it, but I did get the stimulus money, so I got together $1,800, and a friend of mine said he found somebody that would do it for the money, and so far he's been, giving me a lot of excuses and putting me off. He did finally show up, and he did like 3/4 of one side of the house. So that's the only money I have. So other than trying to get this person to finish, or maybe trying to apply for some sort of senior citizen help, I'm stuck.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have the downstairs rented because I just don't. And so I don't have like income from the property.
Okay, that's good information too.
Mhm.
All right, let's, we do have a senior initiative program, but let's get over to Mr. Vanover and get his opinion.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Chairman, to Ms. Biankowski, you had alluded earlier that you had spoke to Inspector Shockley
Yes, and
early on in the process.
yes, he suggested I contact Miss Harris, I believe. Yeah, Miss Davis. And that's why I asked for the extension.
All right, did he give you information for the Department of Aging?
No, he didn't.
Okay, my recommendation is, I mean, we can give more time, but there's gotta be some finality to it.
Right.
So we don't object to, this is, it's exterior painting.
Right.
So we don't, I don't object to 180 days to make those corrections. I think we could probably get it done this year. This is a big house.
Right.
But if you, I will also follow up with Inspector Shockley, but my recommendation is that you call 664-2000.
664-2000.
That's area code 216, and that's the main number for Cleveland City Hall. And you're going to ask for the Department of Aging. Explain to them that you have an owner-occupied residence, and that you are, permanently disabled, and that you are looking for assistance because you've been cited for the exterior painting of your home.
Okay.
And see what kind of work, help, or program they can involve you with.
Okay.
That being said, Mr. Chairman, we don't that is beyond my scope of what I can, I don't know what they can do and what they can't. Well, I would like, we don't object to 180 days to get that all sorted out.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Did she pay pay all the money to the painter?
Oh,
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Good. That's
Just
good.
bought
Good.
some paint, and like I said, he did like 3/4 of the driveway side of the wall, the siding, and I'm still waiting for him to come back.
Very good.
Okay. All right, very good. Any other comments?
No.
Okay. All right. So a motion is in order to give the appellant to March 31st, 2022 to abate the violation.
So move.
Okay, motion by Mr. Denk, second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay. We're all set. 2 weeks, you'll get the notice. So go ahead and follow up with, let's see. Yeah, follow up on the comments of Mr. Vanover, and you're all set. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to the approval of the, oh, wait, we should make the comment that docket 4921 was withdrawn. Is everybody have that?
Ms. Biankowski, you're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So that one was withdrawn, no questions. So we'll move on to the approval of the resolutions. Docket A 4221, 4321, 4521, 4621, and A 6621. Motion,
So moved.
Discussion?
go ahead. Yes.
Docket A 6621 was 106000 Chester, which was the, oh lordy, Lieutenant Talbin and fire engaged with that. That's the fire room. I don't think that resolved yet. I think they were working on it. I did talk to Talbin, and I can't remember what he told me. I'm so sorry. But I think there was discussions, and I think there, Tom, have you engaged with that? I think there might be a resubmit or something.
I did. I was not present for the hearing.
Oh, that's
my
right. It was
understanding-
Glenn.
My understanding was that it was declined and that they were told to figure out a way to make it compliant.
Yeah, but there was no the motion was to table it. So they didn't
Yes.
really, we
That's
didn't really
correct.
do anything. Did I have wrong notes? I thought you were waiting for them to discuss and come back to see.
It is tabled. You're absolutely correct.
Okay, so if we
we're gonna
cannot
eliminate-
not adopt that until we finalize with
Okay.
them. I think there's going to be a significant change. And I don't recall if they said they might need to come back or not. So if we could not adopt that one, thank you.
Okay, so we will not adopt A 6621. Okay, motion.
So move.
Okay, motion by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, move on to the approval of the minutes. Is there any additions or corrections in the minutes?
No.
Motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mr. Dink.
Yes.
Okay, unless there's anything else, any further business that anyone has?